The Mount Albert Edward route is an expert 32-kilometer round-trip hike that takes you through Strathcona Provincial Park. This hike climbs approximately 1,350 meters to the summit of Mount Albert Edward and is commonly done in 1 to 3 days. The best time of year to attempt this hike is from July to October, as snow will be present outside of this period. Snow along this trail adds many additional hazards, including avalanches, icy slopes, unstable cornices, and buried trail markers. Therefore, if you are attempting this hike in the winter or spring, make sure you have the necessary skills, equipment, and knowledge to travel through snow and avalanche terrain. Avalanche forecasts can be found at avalanche.ca. As with every hike, make sure you carry the essentials, which includes packing warm and waterproof clothing, a good pair of hiking boots, a headlamp, and extra food and water. If you are attempting this trail in spring and early summer, we recommend carrying microspikes. Also, with limited phone reception on this trail, we suggest you bring an emergency communication device. Always check the local Strathcona weather forecast before heading off. It's important to remember that you will be venturing deep into the backcountry and up into the exposed alpine, where heavy rain, strong winds, snow, fog, and freezing temperatures are common well into the summer. Make sure you leave a detailed trip plan with a trusted contact. For a quick and easy way to file a trip plan, download the AdventureSmart app at any leading app store. Now, let AdventureSmart guide you through this challenging Strathcona Provincial Park trail. Starting at the Paradise Meadows Trailhead, there are 2 options to get to the base of Mount Albert Edward. The shorter but rougher option takes you via the Helen Mackenzie Trail to Helen Mackenzie Lake before branching west around the lake. The lake section of the trail is severely eroded, with exposed roots and rocks, and can be very muddy and slippery, in particular at the head of the lake. So make sure you watch your footing here to avoid twisting your ankle. Alternatively, BC Park suggests taking the trail to Battleship Lake, continuing around the eastern side of Mount Elma, and then following the signs for Lady Lake and Quay Lake. This trail is slightly longer. However, the climbs are more gradual and the trail conditions are generally better, especially during wet weather. Both trail options weave through the open forest before they meet west of Quay Lake at Whiskey Meadows. Quay Lake is an excellent camping spot. However, as Circlet Lake is at the base of the mountain, most people normally choose to hike the extra 3.5 kilometers to camp there. Regardless of which campground you stay at, we recommend getting up and starting early. Although you've already done a good portion of the trail, the summit is still a 5 to 8 hour return hike from either campground. So fill up your water bottle and make sure you pack and carry all the essentials with you on the way to the summit. When you leave Circlet Lake, you'll quickly reach the beginning of the climb. This is one of the most physically demanding sections of the route, as you'll be climbing just over 400 meters in elevation for 2 kilometers, and you will have to scramble over rocks and roots using your hands for balance. Once you cross the small plateau and complete a second short climb, you'll arrive on the ridgeline, where you will find a large rock cairn and some signposts. Remember the rock cairn, as this is an essential intersection, which is often missed, particularly on the descent. It's also a critical decision-making point. From here, you will be high in the alpine and exposed to any severe weather. So take the time to reassess your group's fitness, the weather, and the trail conditions. If poor weather, fog, or snow is present, make sure you have the necessary equipment to safely carry on beyond this point. If you are unsure about any of the above, consider enjoying the views from here and then playing it safe by turning around. From here, the route heads left, and small rock cairns will become your main source of trail markers. However, these rock cairns are not official markers and have led people astray, so make sure you carry a map and compass, or GPS. Approximately 2 kilometers after your left turn at the rock cairn, the ridgeline will start to widen. During periods of low cloud, this can be quite disorienting, whereas on a clear day, it's hard to go wrong, as you'll have a great view of the summit along the entire ridge. Keep the summit in sight and follow the faint route that heads directly to it. The rock and scree up here can be very unstable and slippery, so take your time and watch your footing. After approximately 3 to 5 hours of hiking from Circlet Lake, you'll be nearing the summit. Once you reach the summit, put on a warm layer, have some water, and enjoy the amazing views. But remember, this is only halfway, so don't linger up here too long. During the descent, there are 2 key spots that commonly result in search and rescue calls, especially during foggy conditions. The first location is at the Mount Frink Junction. When fog is present, people accidentally head right and down the Mount Frink Trail. Make sure to stay left on the ridge to avoid this. The second key intersection is at the Rock Cairn that marks the location where the route goes right and takes you back down to Circlet Lake. Keep an eye out for this rock cairn and make sure you go to it. Marker poles have also been installed to help guide you back to the route. If you miss the cairn and marker poles, you'll be on the route towards Mount Jutland. Although you might be able to see Circlet Lake from here, do not head straight down to get to the lake, as the terrain below is dominated by large cliffs. Stop and retrace your steps until you find the rock cairn and get back on the official route. Once you're off the ridge and back on the trail, you'll just need to follow the well-formed trail back to your campground and then hike the remaining 10 kilometers back to the trailhead. Although the Mount Albert Edward route is a popular overnight hike, do not underestimate this trail. The elevation gain is physically demanding, and it takes you deep into the backcountry of Strathcona Provincial Park. Make sure you take the small but necessary pre-trip planning steps. Get the training and take the essential equipment to successfully and safely complete this hike.